Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, we're talking Saint Meghan Markle. That's right, we're going to go through some of the funniest Reddit posts in one of my favorite groups. I'm not even that huge into Reddit, but I love this group so much. They're fantastic. Thank you, everybody that's here, that's there. Hello, sinners. I'm glad you're here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, they're a fabulous group on Reddit where they post all these funny things about Meghan and Harry. So let's take a look at what's going on St. Meghan Markle. All right, so I hadn't heard this one. I'm excited to hear this. It says, Catherine told a member of the public that Diana's ring fit her perfectly and it didn't need to be resized. I don't know why I think that's such a cool feature. I do. I think that's a cool little factoid thing to know. It goes on to say she never talks about Diana publicly. It was completely organic. A member of the public brought it up. But of all the responses she could have had, it's that fairy tale, quote, Cinderella slipper crap that Meghan Markle loves and that Harry will hate. First the nail polish and then this. Kate is wilding in the streets. So what they're talking about is, Meghan always tries to make these fake moments. People have pointed out before, it's just all very dramatic, from collapsing in her bodyguard's arms to, all the stories, just all the drama, whereas Catherine's just much more down to earth. And so it's just a cool story to hear this, and it would make Meghan crazy to know that the ring fit her perfectly, and it drives Harry crazy too. This person replies, and don't you just know that Meghan will somehow attempt a clapback about this? If she has anything of Diana's, she'll put out something in the media about how it's perfect for her. Oh, such a good point. She sure loves wearing Diana's Rolex. She'll show that off. She basically points to the damn thing every time it's on her wrist, which is all the time. So, yeah, that's a good, I like this person's thought. I'm sure it's coming. All right, nausea warning. This response is funny, but it is nausea-inducing. Ready? Sure, you're wearing her ring. But do you have sex with your husband in front of a shrine and use her lip cream for lube? Didn't think so. Oh my God, it's so true and so cringy. And just, we shouldn't know these things, but we do because of Hank and Skank offering these details up. And someone else imagining Meghan's response. But do you have a lock of her hair by your bed? Do you? Ew. That just really creeps me out. Then this person goes on to ask, do you think that she had a whole, short wig made to wear around the house? Oh my God. Jay has brought this up before. He thinks the same thing, a short blonde wig for him reasons. Ugh. And I think some of you have put it in the comments before too. Ugh. And then this person writes, we have now come full circle with this picture. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, back to being Z-list. Now, the comments under this one got really good. They say, she loves to laugh when her photo is taken. This is a direct contradiction to her real personality, which is said to be humorless. Oh, I wish I had thought of that. That's such a good point. That's so true. She seems to have zero sense of humor whatsoever. No time for the nonsense, Oh my God, can you imagine living with somebody like that? No, thank you. But yeah, and then in every photo, mouth open, head thrown back, ha ha ha, everything's funny. And then this person replies, yep, because she wants to be Julia Roberts. So I've had comments about this. You guys have pointed out how many Julia Roberts movies and storylines kind of play into some of Markle's stories. I find that interesting. I do. I need to do more research on this. Maybe I'll put some together. This person answers, I think she's jealous that Catherine always looks happy to see people. She tried the wide grin, a la Julia Roberts, but really she just looks at Catherine enjoying everything she does. She wants to emulate her and fails every time. And then as soon as I read this comment, in my head popped those horrific stares she gives Catherine. I've actually done a video of it. Go back and check it out if you haven't seen it. It's called The Stare. But she stares lustfully at William and she stares daggers at Catherine. I love my Catherine, so I had to include this comment because I love it so much. It says, bless the, Princess of Wales. She looks like a good lady who really is focused on the person she's talking with, not talking at. And that's what we appreciate. I couldn't agree more. And I will report back after coronation if I'm able to talk to her. Fingers crossed. And then somebody else points out that Meghan found herself to be hilarious while imitating her curtsy. Ugh. That is such a good point. I also do a breakdown of how, find the So Much Cringe playlist and you'll see it. It's that how disrespectful that curtsy was. But boy, she sure thought she was funny when she did that. This person says it's like she's trying to learn how to make a joke, but only succeeded at making people angry and uncomfortable. I said before, it's like she's an alien and she's pretending to be a human, but doing a really shitty job at it, you know? Where she's just not relating at all and doesn't read the room or understand, well, anything. That's kind of the vibe I get. And this person replies, she's like the fart in the elevator. Nice. And then this person writes, my favorite part, talking about the stupid curtsy and then grinning like an idiot. My favorite part of that was her looking back at Harrigan, I love that name for him, for his validation and him not giving her that satisfaction. I didn't see it like that. I don't think she looks to him for validation at all, but she did look to him. And at first he looked pissed, but then when she looked at him, he just kind of was like, uncomfortable laughing. All right. I love this post so much. They really call out Meghan and some of the stuff we talk about. It says, Meghan's like a backseat driver, sitting in the passenger seat, yapping away, talking about herself and virtue signaling to whomever is forced to be subjected to one of her BS stories. When I was 11 years old, .. hashtag one trick pony. I mean, again, I've actually said not exactly this, but similar. She goes back to the same story. Well, it's kind of like Suits, right? She hangs her hat on Suits. That was many years ago and you weren't even a lead. So what are we talking about still? I mean, same thing with the 11-year-old story. What are we talking about? Why are we still talking about that? So this came out and I thought this was interesting. Blind items are coming out. I do find the blind items interesting. You never know. You got to take them with a grain of salt. But we just found out, of course, Meghan signed with that William Morris Endeavors. Who cares? But now there's items coming out saying she's reviewing scripts and plans to be the lead and producer for upcoming projects. So they're suggesting that she'll be involved in these projects and they're pairing her up with somebody. Do you know who? Mindy Kaling. They think that those two are going to start working together. So I'm very curious to see if that's the case. I honestly have loved Mindy in the past. I did not listen. Didn't she have her on Archetypes? Now I can't even remember. They did something together, right? I don't know. But then people point out that I guess that Velma show, we didn't watch it, but we love, if you ever watch, what's his name? Penguins. He's a big YouTuber, but he kind of reviews things sometimes, and he reviewed Velma and said it was horrible, like nonsense. So we gave it a pass, and it seems to be the consensus of it is that it's pretty awful. Okay, this person asks if anyone sees the resemblance with Madame the Puppet and Meghan. And the reason this is funny to me is because I also recap, in case you don't know or you're new here, I recap in Just Like That / Sex and the City. And that comes up a lot. People say that Sarah Jessica Parker and Just Like That, they had her dressing exactly like the puppet. So I wasn't familiar with the puppet at the time. I am now. And yeah, I see it. I see what they're saying on both accounts. You guys, I really enjoyed this deep dive. I love reading what everybody has to say. It's so much fun. These were some really fun posts. And I like seeing everybody's theories about what's coming up. I think that's a lot of fun. But as always, thank you so much for being here. We so appreciate it. If you want to further support, check out my merch. I got Recollections May Vary. Make it make sense. And look at me, my smug mug. But also you can check out Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. If you are into Sex and the City, I deep dive all the episodes over there. I'm on season 5 of that, so there's lots for you to catch up on over there. But also I talk about Hank and Skank. We put out stuff like every 2 to 3 days over there. So lots of content. Check that out. As always, guys, we appreciate you so much.